Featherweight bout here. AJ Cunningham coming at plus 200 against Stephen Nguyen, coming at minus 240. 8-1 for Stephen Nguyen and 10-2 for AJ Cunningham. Stephen Nguyen, this is going to be his third time in the Dana White Contender Series. So looks like he's going for the Jamie Pickett. I think Jamie Pickett had 3 times. And hopefully, if he gets a win here, he can get in. But he's 1-1 in the Contender Series. He lost his first one to Alan Cruz, and that was a brutal third-round flying knee knockout by Alan Cruz. Alan Cruz goes into the UFC, loses 2 in a row, gets cut. Stephen Nguyen comes back, gets a win on in LFA, goes back in the Contender Series, and beats Theo Rayleon by decision, doesn't get a contract, hasn't fought since. It's been 2 years, just about 2 years since he's fought. And that was the last time the Contender Series. He's going to be fighting here for the third time in the Contender Series, hoping to get a contract. AJ Cunningham, 10-2. He's been fighting in the LFA, fighting on Fury FC. His 2 losses are by decision. If you look on his Instagram, looks like he's been training with Bryce Mitchell. He's fighting out of Arkansas, so he's got that. This is an interesting one because you get like a guy that's like, I don't want to say up and coming, but he's the underdog coming against a guy who's here for the third time. It's like, how good are you if you got to be here for the third time? You know, and you're minus 240. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of just thinking dog or pass on this one. I think watching the film on Stephen Nguyen, he's got some decent skills. He's been off for 2 years. I don't know exactly what he's been doing in that 2 years, if he's gone and like really tried to up his game, or if he's just like, I don't know if I really want to do this or not. But hey, if I get another Dana White Contender Series fight, I'll do it. For AJ Cunningham, I mean, he's young enough in his career where it's like he could get this win, go into the UFC and like do something decent. But watching the film on him, I'm like, it's not like anything crazy. So this is, I don't want to say the highest level Dana White Contender Series fight that I'm looking at here, but yeah, this is a weird one. What are you thinking?
Yeah, for Nguyen, I think he's probably like the better, more technical striker. But like you said, it's his third time on the show. And the one red flag I have is that I think his last appearance was 2021, and he hasn't fought since then. Yeah. Like, this is going to be his first fight in a couple of years. Pretty technical. When he gets into the flow state, you know, he fights pretty well. He throws good combos, and he can land big shots. But I don't know. For AJ Cunningham, the big red flag from him is that he burns hot, and I think he slows down as fights goes on. But he fights way better when he does keep his composure, and when he fights more technical and more smart. But sometimes, you know, when he goes out there and he's burning hot and he's looking to do something early, like I feel like his gas tank just kind of depletes as the fight goes on, and then he can't really implement the game plan he wants because he does have good wrestling and good grappling. And against the striker like Nguyen, if he can do that early, figure out a way not to gas out, like I think he's gonna be the stronger fighter and be the guy that can control a lot of the rounds and even look for submissions. And he's got good top pressure too and land some big ground and pound. But it's greasy to me because I don't know what to expect with Nguyen. He loses on the Contender Series. He gets a fight and then he comes back onto the show, gets a decision win. And now we've heard nothing and seen nothing of him for 2 years. So that kind of fight, you just don't know what you're getting. If AJ Cunningham, though, can't get the takedowns early, I think it's going to be mentally tough for him to stand in there with the striker and hope he finds a knockout, or at some point he can land a takedown. And physically, I think, too, if he can't land the early takedowns, I just don't think he's going to have the energy to keep up with Nguyen on the feet. So it's a toss-up for me. I am going to lean with AJ Cunningham. I think he has more to fight for here. You know, he's got a pretty rough story of how he got here and his upbringing stuff. I think he's going to be the one that wants it more here. I think Nguyen, I just don't like that he's been so inactive, man. You just never know. He could come in and look like a world beater and he's been training, or he could, you know, not look good at all being on a 2-year layoff. So I'm going to take AJ Cunningham, but it's not a confident pick in the least.
Yeah, as far as betting goes, I'd say dog or pass. I think Nguyen will probably be the more seasoned fighter. And if he just hasn't been sitting on his butt for the last 2 years, like, I think he should probably go out there and win. But AJ Cunningham could come in here and look for some takedowns, look for some back control, look to slow the fight down. If it's like a striking battle, I think Nguyen could stay safe enough and just piece him up on the feet. Not that AJ Cunningham is a bomb on the feet, but I just think he's going to be a little bit more seasoned having that experience at the higher level. Even though Dana Contender Series isn't always the highest level, but he's got those 2 fights to fall back on. Did win his last fight on the Contender Series. So I'm going to take Nguyen for the pick, but I hate minus 240 on him. I absolutely hate it. He'll be my pick.